Uber loses license to operate in London. Transport for London has announced that it will not grant Uber a new license to operate. As a regulator for taxi and private hire services in London, TfL is required to make a decision on Uber's fitness and propriety before its current license expires. While it admits that Uber made a number of positive changes and improvements to its culture, leadership and systems in the period since the Chief Magistrate granted it a license in June 2018, TfL says safety is its main priority, and that it has identified a pattern of failures by the company, including several breaches that put passengers at risk. In a statement, TfL said, despite addressing some of these issues, TfL does not have confidence that similar issues will not reoccur in the future, which has led it to conclude that the company is not fit and proper at this time. Uber was granted a 2-month license in September, but a key issue identified was a change to Uber's systems that allowed unauthorized drivers to upload their photos to other Uber driver accounts. This allowed drivers to pick up passengers as though they were the booked driver, which happened at least 14,000 times. This meant the journeys were uninsured and some journeys took place with unlicensed drivers, one of which had their license revoked by Transport for London. Another issue was the ability for dismissed or suspended drivers to create an Uber account and carry passengers. TfL recognizes the steps that Uber has put in place to prevent this type of activity. However, it is a concern that Uber's systems seem to have been comparatively easily manipulated. TfL said insurance-related issues were also a reason to refuse Uber to operate, with TfL prosecuting Uber earlier in the year for permitting the use of vehicles without the correct hire or reward insurance in place. This pattern of regulatory breaches led TfL to commission an independent assessment of Uber's ability to prevent incidents of this nature happening again. Uber has 21 days to appeal, during which time it can continue to operate. Helen Chapman, Director of Licensing, Regulation and Charging at TfL, said, as the regulator of private hire services in London, we are required to make a decision today on whether Uber is fit and proper to hold a license. Safety is our absolute top priority. While we recognize Uber has made improvements, it is unacceptable that Uber has allowed passengers to get into minicabs with drivers who are potentially unlicensed and uninsured. It is clearly concerning that these issues arose, but it is also concerning that we cannot be confident that similar issues won't happen again in future. If they choose to appeal, Uber will have the opportunity to publicly demonstrate to a magistrate whether it has put in place sufficient measures to ensure potential safety risks to passengers are eliminated. For more on this story, visit the news article link.